Spanish 1. Today we are talking about adjectives, adjetivos, right? We get to describe things, even people. Like we could say somebody's tall, somebody's short. Those are your adjective words. Okay. Now, importante, right? Very important that today we're only going to be using adjectives that we're going to use with the verb ser, right? The verb to be. Right now, it's important that we remember that ser works like an equal sign, right? Remember math class, right? This side of the equation has to equal that side of the equation. So when we're using adjectives, whatever we say over here, right, whatever's happening over here, am, are, is, equal to what is ever happening over here, right? So nouns. Nouns we're going to start with, right? And you know that nouns, right, they've got gender and they've got number, right? Two things up here, two things down here. So with any noun that we talk about, we got to think gender-wise. Is it masculine? Is it feminine, right? And then we can be talking about whether it is singular or plural, right? So if I'm dealing with a noun that I'm looking at an el or an un or a los or an unos, that thing is masculine, right? El un, it's going to be singular. Los unos, it's going to be plural, right? Likewise, right, if I've got a la or an una, I'm dealing with feminine, singular, right? Las unas, I'm dealing with feminine, but plural. So quick review of the verb ser, again, meaning to be, right? This is one of our irregulars. You've got to know it, right? Soy, yo soy, right? But then tú eres, right? Ella, él, usted, es, nosotros somos, ellos, ellas, ustedes son. And on those, no accents. Verb ser, those 5 conjugations are the ones we care about. Now, when we talk about adjectives, we're looking at 7, 7 reglas, right? 7 important rules that you've got to know about this, right? So we're going to start with moving from masculine to feminine. When I've got a noun that I'm looking to describe that is masculine or that is feminine, I've got to make sure the adjective matches up with that it equals it, right? So for instance, if I deal with an adjective, right, that normally ends in O from masculine singular, moving to feminine, I just move it to an A, right? An example of this, right? If I said, él es guapo, right? He is good looking. Él es guapo. I would then say, ella es guapa, right? Super easy. Alto, alta. Guapo, guapa. Bajo, baja. The list goes on and on. Now, second rule. If it ends in an E or a consonant, what stays? E or a consonant. This is super easy. So for instance, if you've got the adjective fuerte, right? Strong, I could say, él es fuerte. Ella es fuerte. Stays exactly the same because it ends in an E or a consonant, right? Now we've got fuerte, but we've also got débil, weak. Ends in a consonant. Él es débil, ella es débil, right? Now, there are 2 exceptions, dos excepciones that we want to deal with when we're talking about consonants, okay? So for instance, dor, right? Trabajador, conservador. If I've got an adjective that ends in dor, when I go feminine, I add an A, I go dorra, right? So, trabajador, hardworking. Él es trabajador, ella es trabajadora, okay? That's an exception we've got to make sure that we know. The other exception is nationalities, right? So nationalities could end in a consonant. Español. Él es español, right? Spanish, right? Ella es española, right? You do this somewhat intuitively and instinctively, but this is the rule that goes behind that. So we've talked about 4 of our rules, cuatro, right? And doing our quick math. We said we were going to talk about 7. We've talked about 4. That leaves, right? Tres. You knew that. You knew that. That's all right. That's okay. Now, we're going to talk now from going singular to plural. Singular, anytime we just got 1. Plural, well, that's 2 or more of anything, right? Rule number 5 is, if I've got a vowel, right, in the singular form, guapo, alto, right, fuerte, anything that's in a vowel, easy. When I go plural, add an S, right? Rubia, blonde, rubias, right? Bunch of blondes, okay? Interesante, right? Again, ends in a vowel, just add the S, interesantes, right? But what about a consonant? Well, if I end in a consonant, I add ES, so remember, easy. Oh, that's easy, okay? Fácil would become fáciles, okay? So fácil, fáciles, right? Now, final rule, Z becomes CES. So for instance, I know all of you folks are capable, okay? Ella es capaz, right? But ustedes son capaces, right? Capaz, capaces. The Z drops away, becomes a CES. You remember we did this with lápiz, right? A long time ago, right? So how do you move with this? Well, know the 7 rules with some examples, right? Have an example for yourself for each one of the rules, right? Page 89 in the book gives you some more information, some more examples, and a nice list of adjectives, and there's a whole bunch of other adjectives, right? So check on the Schoology page, look for the other list of adjectives that we've got, and apply all these same 7 rules to those adjectives, okay? Muchas gracias, mucha suerte, y hasta muy pronto.